Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the session. I'm Ramesh Singh, joining you from Delhi. Hope you are all well. As you know, PT is there, and aspirants who are taking this year's PT are concerned about the possibilities of questions from the areas which might be they asked. So you might have seen in past few months, I have been getting regular requests from viewers and my students. Sir, please schedule few sessions on multiple choice questions. Naturally, multiple choice questions on Indian economy. That is titled by UPSC in the syllabi as Social and Economic Development. Similar title has been given in main exam too. But commonly, we believe the questions are basically asked on India's economy that we call Indian economy. So finally, I decided it won't be bad if I schedule few sessions on multiple choice questions of Indian economy for the upcoming PT of 2023. So fulfilling my promise, because I had promised that to one of the viewers, I will do so. Here I am in front of you with part 1 of the series. So it is a series on current economy for CSC 2023-24, and I hope you will enjoy it. And the questions which I am going to cover, they will help you familiarize with the recent economic events and happenings important for the upcoming PT. They are equally important for main exam also, because as objective facts are very much used in subjective exam, that is main exam. In the meanwhile, if any one of you have got any doubt or any question regarding anything, you are welcome with your doubts. Very good evening, Avinash. Welcome to the session. Uh, I don't know why my upcoming new edition is not showing on Flipkart, but to the extent Amazon is concerned, it is there available for pre-order for the last over 10 days. You can see that. Very good evening, Archana. Welcome to the session. So, for today's session, I have picked only 5 questions, multiple choice questions, because they will require a bit analysis. First, you are supposed to pick the right answer. Then I will share with you the correct answer. Finally, I will analyze the questions. To check the time and assess the time, how much time it might take to cover 5 questions. Today I have just picked 5 questions. In part 2, that is going to take place on the coming Sunday, I will try to increase the number of questions depending upon today's time. Hello, Vanshika. Very good evening. How are you, Vanshika? Very good evening, Ganita Prasad. All of you are welcome. I hope many of you are taking PT this year and you have revised Indian economy properly. So let's begin our session and have a discussion on The five multiple choice questions which I have picked for today, many of them are based on the latest volume of Economic Survey 2022-2023. So let's begin our session part 1. So first question is this. Have a look and write down your answer in the chat. Select the correct statements related to the external sector of the country by using the code given below. The first statement is an increase in the real effective exchange rate, that is shortly known as real, of rupee makes the exports competitive. Second statement, an appreciation in the US dollar makes exports non-competitive. These are two statements. You might have seen that just recently a question was asked in PT on near and dear of rupees currency, and the economic survey of 22-23 especially covered dear and near this year. And you very well know how UPSC has been fashionably repeating questions on the same areas, on the same topics. So the what of that concern, I thought, let me create a question on nominal effective exchange rate and real effective exchange rate, near and real. So what will be the correct answer? Tell me. First statement says when real of rupee goes up, our exports become more competitive. It means that importers will order for more of our exports. This is what it means. Competitive means that Indian exports become a bit cheaper for international buyers. First statement is this. Second statement is that an appreciation in US dollar makes exports non-competitive. Just opposite of statement 1, but the condition is the rupee's value has gone up against our currency rupee. So Avinash has given answer A, but he has changed his answer to C, and Archana is taking C. What about you, Vanshika? I have taught you all these things, so I will expect correct answer from you. I am waiting for you, Vanshika, to respond. Hope Vanshika is there in the session, or has she quit? Vanshika is giving answer D. Anybody else? Ganita Parasar, one is left with her choice. I think Ganita is not in mood to take this question, or is no more with us in the session. In the meanwhile, Vanshika is correct. Its answer will be D. Both of the statements are wrong. They are saying just the opposite. Just see what it means basically. Simply, a statement 1 simply means, suppose $1 is equal to rupees 83. Okay? If exchange rate of rupee against dollar is 83 against each dollar and it changes to 82, this is what it means. Increase in real effective exchange rate. When this happens, exports become non-competitive. Non-competitive. The first statement is wrong. Coming to second statement, it basically says like this. Suppose $1 is equal to rupees 83 and tomorrow it becomes like this. 0.90 cents, that is 10% lower than $1 is equal to Rs 83. Then what will happen? Exactly this same thing will happen. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Just wait. Just wait. What will happen this time round? When dollar appreciates, it means it strengthens. So rupee will lose value. That is why our exports will become more competitive. It is like this. $1 is equal to 83 rupees. Now it is 84. So this will make India's export competitive because our goods will become costlier for us. A commodity of 83 rupees we will buy in 84. But for foreign buyer, it will get 10% cheaper. Why? Because dollar has appreciated by 10%. The example which I gave you. You have to keep in mind what confusion occurs basically. The confusion is this. Let's see whether it is near or rear. I hope you know the exact meaning of rear and near. Near is basically exchange rate of India's currency rupee against a basket of foreign currencies without including impact of inflation. And rear is same thing when you factor out the impact of inflation. It means that during the same period, as an inflation occurred in America, as much it occurred in India, both are adjusted. Then you get another exchange rate that is known as rear. The be it rear or near, when you say increase in it, it means basically appreciation in rupee, appreciation in local currency, that is in case of India, rupee. When you say it decreases, it simply means depreciation in rupee. And you know, depreciation makes export competitive and appreciation makes export non-competitive. Your goods and services become costlier for global buyers when rupee appreciates. When rupee depreciates, your goods and services, that is known as India's exports, become cheaper for foreign buyers, that is foreign importers. So here, statements, both of them are incorrect. I hope it's okay. Should I move on to the next question? So Vanshika, you are correct. It means you have been revising Indian economy properly. Thank you. Good luck. God bless you. Coming to question number 2. This question is again based on latest volume of economic survey. Economic survey 2022 2023. Last time on Unacademy, I taught whole economic survey and budget through objective questions. So you can consider a similar kind of process I am repeating here on YouTube. See the question. During 2022, extreme exchange volatility was seen in rupee. Extreme exchange volatility was seen in rupee. Select the correct statement related to it using the code given below. The first statement is a currency depreciated by almost 11% against US dollar. An Indian currency weakened against American dollar by around 11% throughout the year. Second statement is it appreciated against Japanese yen and pound sterling, that is currency of UK. And the third is it depreciated against euro, the currency of European Union. You have to pick the right choice, which might be the answer. Here, when we write 2022, what it means you have to keep in mind. On the basis of the statements, select your answer. What should be the correct answer? I will write down at the end once you have picked your choices and options. So do it fast. I am there, waiting for your response. Vansika has picked B. Avinash has picked C. Avinash, why you are writing 2C? I did not understand. Anybody else who can try? Any one of you who is eager to answer this question? Its correct answer is basically A, this one. Actually, when we write 2022, it means basically calendar year 2022. You will mark here 22-23 is not written. Rather, even in 22-23, similar symptoms were seen in rupees exchange rate. Question number 2, I see. Thank you. Thank you, Avinash. I got your point. So, coming to the analysis. Actually, during 2022, exchange rate of Indian currency had a mixed performance. A mixed performance. Probably seen for the first time in history of independent India. A mixed performance. What does it mean? Against few currencies, rupee depreciated, while at the same time it appreciated against other currencies. For example, in case of US dollars, rupee depreciated. Rupee depreciated by 10.8%. This was the depreciation in rupee. In case of Japanese yen, see the story. In case of Japanese yen, that is written as this as symbol, it depreciated, it appreciated by 14.5% appreciation. It means that Indian currency got stronger against UK sterling pound. Rupee again appreciated by 6.7% appreciation. And finally, against euro, it appreciated by 6 and 0.4%. Again, appreciation. See the story. It means कि during calendar year 22, rupee depreciated against single currency, that is American dollar, and that too by around 11%. Against rest of the currencies of developed economy, these currencies are known as hard currencies. Other than pound, sterling, yen and euro, one hard currency is yuan, Chinese currency. Clear? So what you find, during whole of the 2022, Indian currency appreciated against three of the major hard currencies. Our export fallen down against them and to them. To the extent USA is concerned, our export became more competitive because our currency kept on depreciating against American dollar. That is why you might have seen in media that China used to be India's largest trade partner till last year. But in 2022, America emerged as the largest trade partner of India because we were able to export a bit more to America. That was the reason. It means that depreciating rupee helped India to export a bit more to America. Clear? So its correct answer is A. All of you got beaten. Let's move to question 3. A price surge was seen in edible oil in 2022-2023. Again, economic survey 2022-2023. Select the correct statement related to the edible oils component related to the country using the code given below. India imports around 80% of its total needs of edible oil. It means that 4/5 of our consumption takes place with the help of imported edible oil. Global production saw a shortfall. It means that there was a fall in the production of oilseeds, edible oil in the global market. And the last is increased export taxes were among the reasons for price rise. Pick your answer. What should be the correct answer? If you have gone through economic survey, it will be quite easy for you. Avinash and Vanshika, pick your answer. I hope my writings are visible to you, or should I increase the font size in my next session? Please give me your suggestion and feedback. With the point size I am using, that is 18. Is it okay, or should I increase the font size? Give your feedback. Try to pick the answer. This is a fact-based question. Either you know or you don't know. Much economic theories are not involved here. This is a typical current economic question. If we have been covering the news items related to edible oil, economy of India, it will be only possible for you to answer this. Okay, it's visible. Avinash is speaking A. It means that according to him, 1 and 2 are correct. Third is incorrect. Okay, agreed? Question number 3, answer is A as per Avinash Pandey. As per you, Vanshika, I think rest have left our session. Anyway, they will watch it later on. Vansika is saying C, 2 and 3. When number 1 looks incorrect to Vansika, its correct answer is D. All of the statements are correct. It is surprising that out of 5 liters of edible oil we use, 4 liters are imported. Imagine the dependence of India on global edible oils. Global production last year went downward, that is correct. Increased export taxes were among the reasons for prices. Yes, the countries from where we import our edible oil, they also saw fall in production. The two protect the domestic consumers. They were discouraging export of edible oil from their countries. So to do that, they imposed export taxes. You know custom duty? So normally when we think of custom duty, that is a tax on trade. A custom duty can be imposed on import also and export also. Normally, you don't find export being taxed because every country promotes its export. Normally, countries impose custom duty on import only. Clear? Because they want to discourage import and encourage export. But when situations are tough, so even custom duties are imposed on export too. So what we saw is the major oil producing countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand, from where usually we import bulk of our edible oil, they imposed a bit higher export tax. That was also the reason why edible oil prices in India went on rising throughout the financial year. Clear? So this is a typical question on current economy. When you read newspaper or government official reports or ministerial press releases, so such news items you need to attend. Clear? Coming to question number 4. Select the correct statement about the national agriculture market from the list using the code given below. You know there is electronic agriculture market. Two statements are there. Under it, the state APMCs, that is Agriculture Produce Marketing Committees, get free software support. And another is APMC gets hardware support under it. eNAM is a digital platform through which APMCs of states have been linked to provide more dynamic platform to farm community to sell their agriculture produce. What should be his correct answer? Tell me. Only one, only two, one and two both, or neither one nor two? What do you think? Try. Again, it is a question, current waste. It was a hot news of 2022 2023, touched by economic survey. As per Vanshika, correct answer should be A. Avinash has escaped. Maybe he is assessing his performance by avoiding negative marks. Very good, Avinash. Vanshika, you are incorrect. Its correct answer is C. Look, eNAM is a digital platform freely made available by Government of India to help states so that states are able to help their farm community earn better income out of farming. So eNAM, you know कि when Three agriculture reform laws were implemented by Government of India. The farm community started agitating against this. Finally, as per government, due to government's failure to convince farm community, those three farm laws were recalled. Called back exactly before calling back, this new announcements were made by Government of India in 2022. I mean 21-22 financial year. Okay, it was announced by late 2021-22. 21-22. Under this, government announced कि APMCs so that they are able to link themselves with the electronic national agriculture market, they will get free software support under it and hardware support under it. That was not available previously under the E9. It is again a question based on current economy. A very commonly looking question, but a bit difficult question. Okay, let's move on to our last question of this session. Again, it is fact, and you know what APMCs are? APMCs are set up by concerned state government, which appoint agents through which farm community is supposed to trade there and sell their farm produce. Clear? Coming to last question. Nostro account. Nostro account was recently in news. Select the correct statement related to it in reference to India using the code given below. It is an account which Indian banks will have with foreign banks, which can be used to pay for imports in rupees. Indian banks will have their account with foreign banks anywhere in the world, and this account can be used for import purposes where you can pay the bill in your own currency, that is rupee. This account has been used for imports of crude oil from Russia in recent time. In wake of Russia-Ukraine conflict, this came in news. You might have read there in media, Nostro account and Vostro accounts. There are, you have to tell what exactly will be the correct answer. It is actually a question that is conceptual as well as factual. Again, based on current economy, and it has been covered by Economic Survey 2022-2023. Rather, Economic Survey has given a very good definition of Vostro account. So I thought to set a question not on Vostro account, rather on Nostro account. So as per Avinash, its answer should be C. Anybody else who can try? Avinash believes the C will be its answer. And both of their statements are correct. Vansika, have you got any idea? Are you confirmed about this question? Let me give the right answer. Its answer is D. Both of the statements are wrong. That is why its answer will be D. Listen, nostro is a Latin word which means basically ours, and vostro is another Latin word which means yours. It means that if SBI of India opens its bank account with suppose Russian bank, Rosbank, so this account will be known as Nostro account. And if Rosbank Ross Bank of Rasa opens an account with Indian Bank SBI. This account will be known as Vostro. So Nostro account won't be used to import something to India. Rather, it will be used to export something. If a Russian buyer wants to import something from India, how they will make payments in their own currency? So they will use ruble to pay for the imports occurring from India. On the other hand, Vostro account will be a foreign bank account with Indian bank in which we will be using rupees to pay for our imports. It means कि Nostro and Vostro accounts came in news due to crude oil imports by India from Russia in wake of Russia-Ukraine conflict. But it was Vostro account for which RBI released a policy framework also. A policy framework also by mid mid 2022, under which suppose ki Indian company Oil India Corporation, they want to import crude oil from Russia. So what exactly Indian Oil will do? Indian Oil will contact SBI and ask if the company which is exporting crude oil from Russia, let their account be open with you. Russian exporter will export crude oil to India, to Oil India Corporation. Oil India Corporation will make payment in rupee through this account. And this is a typical example of Vostro account. It means that if I replace Nostro with Vostro, so things become a bit correct. Clear? So these are 5 questions today. I knew that 5 questions will require around 35 to 40 minutes. So for today, it's enough. See you in next session. If you perform faster, I will be able to pick more number of questions. I will try to pick 6 to 7 questions in my next session coming up on next Sunday. In the meanwhile, till PT takes place, this session will continue. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, whatever number it is. I will be trying to cover maximum number of questions in this series of MCQs on Indian economy for PT 2023. Nothing is for miscellaneous because you have not asked any question to me. These are some of the